friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you some patio decor ideas using Cricut. This video is sponsored by Cricut. Since summer is here and we're spending more time outside on our back patio or any outdoor space that we have, I wanted to share with you a few decorative pieces that can, spruce it up a little bit at the space that you have and to make it more inviting. All these pieces are very easy to make, very simple, and I really hope you will like them. Now, this video is also in collaboration with my friend Whitney over at Whiskey and Whit. I am going to talk about it a little bit later, but for now, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for the first project, I'm going to be using this table. It's a side table, a round side table that I picked up from my local thrift store. It was $6.99 minus the discount, 30% off. It was very inexpensive. Over here, you saw me measuring out to know how big of a stencil I want to make. But first, I wanted to paint this. I gave it 2 good coats of this chalk paint by Martha Stewart in the color clay. When I first started painting, I thought it's going to be a lot harder or actually take a lot of paint, but no, 2 coats was just enough. After that, I'm going to paint these legs, and I'm using this outdoor folk art paint in a color black. This is how they turned out after they were done. Next, I'm going to go ahead to the Cricut design space. I'm going to open a new project and I'm going to type in stencil. Look how beautiful stencils are. There's so many options, but I opted to take this one. This one kind of stood out for me, and I actually went ahead and duplicated them and I aligned them next to each other to create a large square. So you see what I'm doing over here right now. So the important thing after this is to kind of mark them off and then weld it together, which means this is going to become one part, and that's how the Cricut is able to cut it as one whole piece. After that, you just press create a button, then choose the material. I am using removable vinyl to create my stencil because I did not have a stencil tape, but I'm going to show you now how it actually works. So I'm taking 12 by 12 removable vinyl, and after it was done cutting, I am just peeling it off. And what you want to weed is the opposite of when you're making decals. So you're weeding out the things that you actually, the pattern that you created. So this is what I was left with. I wanted these two to be closer together, so I just cut out in 2 pieces and cut out the middle a little bit. Okay, after this was done, you're taking just a regular transfer tape, very similar to just creating regular decal, put it on top of it and press it with your squeegee. After that, I am marking where I want to position one. This is just for me to know where it goes, and then peel off of the backing, and I am putting it down on my board and squeezing it out. I'm making sure really press it down for everything to be nice and secure. Then I'm peeling off a transfer tape, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the second piece. So now that I have both pieces together, this is how it looks like. I actually wanted to make smaller stencil to be right in the middle. Now, first I'm going to go ahead and give 1 coat of the base paint, so the same gray paint that I use it on a table. And this is actually something that I saw from my friend Natalie Callahan over at Design to the Nines. She always says first go with the base paint and then go on the top with the paint that you want stencil to be. That way it will not be bleeding. There is not going to be any bleeding, and she was right. I actually tried it and it works magic. So you see over here, I'm using just a sponge and I'm dabbing it on, and when everything was not even completely dry, I'm pulling this off. It doesn't come off always in one piece, but it doesn't matter. I'm just peeling it off gently, and I'm using weeding tool if there's anything left behind. There was few spots that I had to touch up with the gray paint because this wood was not perfectly finished, but nonetheless, it was really nice. And then I'm just sealing it off with this water-based polyacrylic, and this is how it turned out. Guys, I absolutely love this table. I think it's so beautiful. I think this stencil gives it such a cute touch. I love the gray and the black legs that with the white stencil. I think it looks so beautiful, and isn't this such a perfect touch for any space, but in my case for outdoor patio. I think it was so easy to make, and I hope you guys will try it. Okay guys, as I said, this video is in collaboration with my friend Whitney over at Whiskey and Whit. She is such a sweet person and also great crafter. She makes so many amazing things. She is also amazing using Cricut, so I'm really excited that we're actually collaborating using a Cricut machine. She has a beautiful, handsome little boy, and I hope you guys will enjoy her videos. So after watching my video, go ahead and check out her video. She's creating Cricut projects for outdoor entertaining. I'm gonna have that video and her channel linked in the description box down below. Okay, DIY number 2. For this project, I'm using this bucket from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna give, first I'm gonna go ahead and measure how large of a stencil, or actually decal, I'm sorry, I wanna make. After that, I'm gonna give this bucket one coat of this Waverly chalk paint in color ink. So I painted everything except the handles. So I painted everything outside and most of it inside. And then I left the handles that galvanized color. Then I dried it, and after that I went with one coat of Mod Podge. I wanted to protect it. My outdoor patio is covered, so there is, not going to be exposed to any weather conditions, but when you paint the metal, it will might scratch off. So now I'm going to the design space, new project, and I typed in leaves, and there's so many palm leaves, and I actually chose this one. Now first I put it in black, I don't know why, but you'll see later. After I duplicated them, I went ahead and put them all in white color. And after that, I also sized them. I didn't want all of them to be the same size. So you see what happened over here. Now after that, I'm choosing the removable vinyl as a material. And then after that, just press cut and machine is doing its job. I have a Cricut Maker. That's what I'm making all these projects with. I absolutely love this one. Has so many possibilities, guys. So many materials to cut. I certainly recommend it. So now I'm cutting, or actually weeding this out. I don't know if you can see it because it's white, but you'll see it in just a moment. So beautiful. Now I'm putting a transfer tape on, pressing it down with this tool, and then I'm positioning it randomly on my bucket. I really like this contrast that these leaves made with this black bucket. It is just some little details that, transformed this bucket and made it more beautiful and high-end, I would say. So now I'm putting this artificial flowers. Now, like I said, my patio is covered and there's rarely any sun on it, so any real flowers wouldn't really survive. So that's why I'm using this greenery, but I really like how this turned out. It is so easy to make. Like I said, you can create or actually put any decals you want, and I really hope you guys will give it a try. Over here, I paired these first two projects together. I think it looks so gorgeous together. I think the colors complement each other, and I really think this is how it's going to be standing outside on my patio. Tell me what you think about these two projects so far. Okay guys, if you're new to my channel, if you're coming over from Whitney's channel, welcome. I'm Jelena. I'm stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. I love crafting, doing DIY projects, and everything that I do has to be on a budget. I'm a budget girl and really likes to do everything on a budget. I mostly create rustic and farmhouse style decor, but I like to do some modern as well, and I really hope you will enjoy my videos. DIY number 3. Okay, I'm going to use this mini crate that I created a long time ago. I'm going to link that video in the description box as well. And I decided to add some decals on the side. So I'm measuring how large I want the decals to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and open the Cricut Design Space, and I am just opening new project and typing in sunscreen and bug spray in just one of the fonts that were offered in a Cricut Design Space. I'm going to have all that linked in the description box as well. I'm sizing them in a size that I needed, and after that I am just pressing the cut, or actually the create button, and then this is showing me how it's going to look like on my mat. After that I am going to choose removable vinyl as my material, click on that, and then after that it will start cutting. One tip that I want to share with you that I always do when I'm peeling off the vinyl, I actually pull off the mat, not the vinyl, because I don't want vinyl to curl. So after that I am just weeding off the excess, leaving just the lettering that I chose. And then next thing, I'm going to take my transfer tape, put it on top, and press it with this scraping tool. After that, I am going to position it. I wanted the beginning to put on a side, but then I decided to put one on one shorter end of this crate, and then another one on the other side. So sunscreen on one side, bug spray on the other one. I know this is not something, fancy, any kind of decor, but being outdoor, we all know we need sunscreen and a bug spray, unfortunately. So why not create a cute little bucket or anything that you have on hand? It doesn't have to be anything expensive, and just, customize it to your own liking. And it can be outside on your patio as a piece of decor, or even just if you put it in a corner, it's fine. At least it looks cute. Tell me what you think about this one. If you're on social media, I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Come say hi to me. I would love to get to know you. My regular upload times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Unless there's some collaboration going on, I am going to try to let you know in advance. Okay, DIY number 4. This one is a partial fail. Unfortunately, this did not turn out completely as I wanted it, and I wanted to still show you because I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. Now let's go start from the beginning. I have these round coasters from Cricut. I also have this infusible ink transfer sheets. So this is my first time doing something like this. I watched a lot of tutorials and I decided to try it. So one side of these coasters is glazed and the other side is just a matte. So when you open this package, you're going to have a butcher tape that you're going to leave aside, and then your infusible sheets, and then you put them on your mat. After that, I went to my Cricut Design Space. I'm going to show you when you type in round coasters, there's so many beautiful ideas already pre-done, and you can just click on them and make them. But I decided to go ahead and just create my own. I went and chose a circle shape. I sized it down to 3.5 inches, and I created, or actually duplicated, to create 4 of them. So I just aligned them up on my top left corner. And then after that, it's going to be time to make it. Now, since this is a transfer, infusible transfer, after choosing your material, I chose infusible transfer sheets. You're going to be prompted to, or actually it's going to remind you that you need to turn your mirror on. So you'll see over here just a second. I didn't do it previously, I forgot. So thankfully, Cricut always reminds you, and it's going to tell you that you need to turn your mirror on. So that's what I did. And after that, it is ready to cut out. So machine does its job. And after that, I went ahead and preheated my heat iron to 400 degrees and 240 seconds. I know that's a lot. Okay, now that this is done, I'm peeling off the mat, and then I am cutting off my coasters. I cut off a little square around those circles, and then I'm cleaning off my coasters, the shiny side, and then what you want to do is just peel off the excess around that circle. So after peeling off the excess, I am putting that pattern side down. Now, I think this is where I made a mistake. I saw on some tutorial that the lady did not cut off the circle shape, just she left the sides like that, and she just used a heat resisting tape over here to secure it, and that's what I did. And I think that was the problem actually, and I'll tell you later why. So now I'm using my mat, and I use the cardboard just to protect my mat. I'm putting these coasters wrong side up, and I'm putting butcher paper and just placing my heat iron down, pressing the button, and don't touch it until it's all the way down. Done. Then I left it to cool down completely, and then when it was completely cooled down, I'm peeling everything off, and I'm going to show you the result. This is how it turned out. You see those little mistakes on the side? I think that is because it wasn't pressed completely to the coaster. So some spots did not touch the infusible ink completely. So I think if I cut it out around, like the shape of the coaster, they will be able to press completely and make perfect, design. Also, I think next time I'm going to do one at a time, not all four of them. Maybe the pressing was not perfect with the press, heat press. I don't know, but I just wanted to tell you those few tips to maybe for you guys to avoid and do it properly so you don't have the same mistakes I do. Either way, I really love the pattern on them, and we're gonna certainly use them. This infusible ink is so beautiful. It creates that glazed infused color. It's in the coaster, so it is so gorgeous. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about these coasters? I want to hear what do you think about all of this project. Which one was your favorite? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it. It means so much to me and helps my channel a lot. And if you're new, please subscribe. I would love to have you. Now, tell me in the comments down below which one was your favorite, and would you try to recreate any of these? My personal favorite out of all of these that I created was number 1 and number 2. Like those two together, I think they fit perfectly, and I cannot decide between these two which one I like the most. So I'm going to show you that one more time. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Whitney, for collaborating with me. Thank you, Cricut, for sponsoring this video. And I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.